leader and CEO, I've spoken in many places about the plights of our community is suffering, even if my opinion isn't appreciated by all the powers above. Despite this, I still strive to do what's right by the men and women we serve, even if it does lose me favour in certain circles. I was due on one of the last tours of Northern Ireland, pulling down the OPs. At the last minute I was pulled off the infamous bus. I was saddened at the time, but did feel that if I'd went, I would be wearing a medal I didn't deserve, knowing the hardships and the trauma of such difficult prolonged war that many have seen more than once. Today I've talked about even speaking today because I felt I haven't earned the right to address you. But the reality is staying quiet is not the answer and is the only way out for us to keep speaking and being honest. Firstly, I come at this from a civilian child brought up in London in the height of the Troubles. A child not safe to grow up in peace due to the cowardly acts of terrorists that could not accept the will of the British Protestants of Northern Ireland that have chosen to be part of our great nation. As a child of South London, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your service. You've paid the price to defend this country's interests. Lest we forget the 1,441 forces' lives lost in Okbana. Secondly, as a community leader that stood here 2 years ago, where you stand now, I was little known but still wanted to show my respect, even though I'd never served in theatre. I watch in frustration in some other community leaders, politicians and high-ranking officers giving their opinions on social medias on how terrible this witch hunt is. But I look around today and ask, where are they now?
Well done. Where are they? Where are
they? They all had their opportunity to come here and address you today, but they decided to bury their heads in the sand rather than stand up for what's right. The truth is, words are no longer needed enough. We need actions now, not more words. As a charity, we deal daily with Northern Ireland veterans and the traumas and hardships they face in everyday life because what they have witnessed and the things they have had to do. We have neglected the needs of those that served for decades in every area, and then we wonder why we're losing so many to suicide. Lest we forget all the Northern Ireland veterans that have ended their life early due to the traumas of war. Lastly, I speak today to tell you, despite of differences of conflict zone, service and corps, we all stand with you, Northern Ireland vets, brothers and sisters, shoulder and shoulder. Now hear this now. Today we will send a clear and decisive message that whether it's Gibraltar, the Falklands, Northern Ireland, as long as the people that live there want to call themselves British, we as a nation will never abandon you and walk away. to the IRA, Sinn Féin and the fat cat ambulance chasing lawyers that seem hell-bent on digging up the past for easy money. I warn you today, on behalf of millions of veterans, you come for one of us, you come for us all.